Hello. We're back another day working on these jeans. Or should I call them jorts? Oh, gotta stay a little bit hydrated. Before we start. Okay, I guess to kind of catch you guys up on what is going on. Yeah, yesterday we kind of we painted this. Hold on, sorry. We painted our jeans, our jorts, and we got the inspiration from the soccer anime Blue Lock, right? And that's what this is. Hang on. And okay, so it kind of dried for almost maybe not quite 24 hours, but good enough, probably 18 or so hours. And so now you have to like heat treat this in order to like kind of make it fully set. So I think you can just do that with an iron. If you have like a heat press thing, then you could use that obviously, but I don't have it. So I'm just gonna iron it with parchment paper. And then yeah, we'll do that for now. And then afterwards, the plan is we're going to use white thread, and then we're just gonna zigzag all the way across to give like even more texture to this. And that idea was kind of like looming in my mind, and I was like, I wonder how I'll look. Will it look okay? Will I like ruin the aesthetics of this? But you know, you never really know until you try. So we're gonna get that done today, and hopefully it turns out fire. And you know, when people see that, their first reaction is, yeah, that big, yeah. Okay, so let me set this part up. So I got my little heating pad with parchment paper. My first time doing this, so let's see how it goes. All right, let's see how we're gonna do this. And I think, let's see, I think I could cut the parchment paper in half. Let me put this one over here because my iron is kind of small. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about this because it's kind of coming along, right? And I think, I don't know, right? I keep thinking about how to make this as kind of like streetwear as possible, right? And I'm just kind of like thinking about it. I'm so tempted to just use those scissors over there just to cut this. But yeah, I really like how this came out. This is my first time really painting any fabrics. But definitely it was kind of interesting to learn about. Hold on, let me get some scissors so I could cut this. And the interesting is I tried this on last night, right? I tried this on and the fit is kind of interesting. It's really baggy. It's very baggy actually for me. And so I was like, oh, I wonder if I could like, if there's any way to like lessen the waist. I guess take the waist down or something. But yeah, I think this is like too baggy for me. So let me cut this, and then we'll start pressing this and setting the paint. This is just parchment paper, and this is to protect the paint when you're pressing it. And I think you're supposed to use this on dry heat, no steam or anything. So my plan will be just to maybe put this on top. I don't know, let's see. Okay, so I guess we could start from like here, like this. We'll start a little bit at a time, I suppose, like this, right here. Okay, and I think the whole point of this is so that it protects your fabric while you you know, I don't, this isn't fabric, paint, right? Fabric paint is supposed to like actually penetrate the material and not really like wash out after you wash it, so it really protects it. But I kind of made my own fabric spray or paint, by doing this mixture of detergent, Mod Podge, and just acrylic paint. It's a very crude thing, but apparently it works, right? So that's what we're going to be using, or that's what we used to paint this. And so now we just need to make sure that we just set it. And let's do that right now. And we'll be using this iron on high, I guess. And you're supposed to, from what I read, you're supposed to do this for like a minute on each side. But I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. I do have a felt pad in here. Of course, it's protected with this, and I think you just press it down firmly for a minute, and then just go back and forth so that it doesn't really burn. And then so I think I could do that. I think I'll just like go from this area to like here and just kind of go back and forth. And let's let this thing heat up a little bit. It's hot today, and then you were making it even hotter, I suppose. Okay, I think the iron is ready. It turned off. Okay, so let's start here. I'm gonna go here. And apparently you're supposed to do this for like a minute to set it. So we're gonna press here and then just kind of keep it moving so it doesn't burn, I guess. I guess that's a big thing. It feels kind of weird not using this with any water, my little spritzer bottle. But, oh, it kind of sticks to the thing too. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, see, there's nothing really on the paper. We'll move it down here. And then we'll start pressing this side. Interesting. Yeah, so this is, like I said, I'm just gonna be setting the paint. Doing the paint, setting the paint today. And then afterwards, we're gonna lay down another layer of, I guess, quote unquote streetwear design. Dude, this thing's steaming right now. I wonder why. There's no water or anything, but there's steam definitely rising from this. I wonder if it's just it's so what is it? It's so humid that maybe this thing had like some moisture maybe inside. I don't know. But I think the important thing is that we don't burn this fabric. It's hot. It's hot though. Okay. And it's gonna be interesting because I'm not gonna be washing this. So I'm not really sure how, dude, this is steaming. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's actually literal steam just coming up out of this right now. And I wonder if that's the steam from the ink or the paint moisture, maybe getting pressed out, but there is steam. Okay, so I feel like this side I am done with it. So I'll put this here. Now let's adjust everything. Okay. So, dude, this is hot. And then I guess we'll adjust to the inside of the leg panels. I think I have to like kind of do this kind of form like a little, using like a little formula, I guess, just so that I don't really miss the spots. Hold on, let me put this maybe here like this. So I did the front. Sorry for the sirens. Okay. So definitely, I'm touching the fabric right now, and the place that I pressed it, you could definitely tell it's been pressed. It has a completely different texture than the non-pressed paint. The non-pressed paint feels like a little bit scratchy. Like there's like uneven textures where it's like kind of bumpy and stuff. But where I pressed it down, it's nice and smooth. Actually, that's kind of interesting to note. So okay, let's continue on with this. So I guess this is just gonna go on the back side. Continue on towards the back side. Oh, that's so interesting. It feels completely different. But I wonder how I can improve like my painting texture, right? Or my painting, like get better textures while painting this. That's like kind of what I was like trying to figure out yesterday, just by using different strokes, utilizing different strokes, and just trying like different techniques to see what would give what kind of results. But I think ultimately it's all about building layers, right? And so like my goal is today to make an additional layer of texture using the stitching. I think it's gonna be, it's very similar to like, I think you would call it like Boro, right? Kind of Boro. I think they call it like American Boro, because the Japanese Boro is the Japanese Boro and Sashiko. I think it's one of those two. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but the actual Japanese style is a lot more detailed, and it's a lot more work from what I've seen. Versus the American style Boro is just straight up going back and forth with a sewing machine, just back and forth. It's very crude, but it gives its own unique look, I suppose, versus the Japanese, the traditional way of doing this. And I forgot which one's what. I think it's Boro, not Sashiko, because or one of those two. Let's see. So definitely the steam is coming up, which is kind of interesting. And I think this is to protect pretty much the iron, make sure that the iron doesn't get like covered in paint, and the paint messes up the iron face and all that stuff. And let's see, so here, it's definitely smoother right there. But they said press this for like maybe 1 minute. So I'm just gonna keep going back and forth, making sure that it doesn't really stay in one spot for too long, because I definitely don't want anything burning. And then I'm really excited about this, the upcoming step, which is going to be like the actual stitching, because it's just going back and forth, just making like these, just going back and forth down the line. And I feel like I'm gonna be using a lot of thread, and I'm really curious how it's gonna turn out. You know, I'm really, really curious. I mean, right now, of course, like it just looks like it's painted. It's just like very roughly, crudely painted on the denim. But I think having that extra layer of, you know, the thread just getting sewn on, just following a line. I don't know. I'm trying to imagine what it will look like, but I can't really. Like part of me thinks it's gonna look terrible, and part of me think it's gonna look kind of decent. And then it's like one of those situations where you don't know what you're gonna get until you actually kind of do it. Like, so although like I'm like, oh, well, what if you ruin it? Well, it's like, well, if I ruin it, I ruin it. You know, it's still gotta try to find out. Okay, so we're at the back panel right now. Oh, dude, that's so hot. Okay. And you know, sewing stuff, I think like doing the whole like sewing thing, it's not really too difficult, right? Especially if you're just going in straight lines. But this I feel like will be a nice challenge, because you're pretty much going back and forth, like in a very tight space. It looks like it feels like it's gonna be a very tight space. And yeah, you're just kind of going back and forth, and you just got to be a little bit accurate with it. So let's go. Here's the back. Okay, we're almost done with this. Surprisingly, it didn't take too long, but definitely it feels much smoother here. Like right here, I'll need it up to here, and you could definitely feel the transition like between these two spots. Just how smooth and rough these patches are. And it's interesting how like the steam is just coming up from these areas. So I'm kind of happy that I found this technique for like painting on fabric, but I think I'm going to like need to practice a little bit off stream, just like different ways of painting it on the fabric. Oh, look at all that steam! You can see it just rising up. Something's cooking. But you know, like I just need to practice just different ways of getting this paint applied to the fabric, because I think the thing overall it's okay, it's pretty decent. Like I'm kind of happy with it, but I think I would have definitely liked it to be less like, it looks like gray kind of. It looks like some parts it just bleeds out or something, and so I guess like to try to avoid stuff like that, just I guess requires trial and error of just trying different things. And of course right now my iron is on max heat. It is hot, and we're just pretty much, my iron is actually getting hot. I don't think I've ever had it this hot before. Like the handle is actually getting kind of hot to touch. So I think after this I might need to cool it down a little bit, surprisingly. Okay, yeah, the paint is definitely, I wonder if that's how you can tell it's done, if it's like smooth to the touch, because you could definitely tell like the untreated side or is like really rough, and then this just, I don't know, I feel like the whole point of this is to like melt everything into the fabric. Maybe is that what the whole point of doing this is? Just melt it more and then make it fuse more into the fibers, so that you know, it gets kind of locked in there, quote unquote. And maybe, yeah, it feels smooth. It feels nice, like much different than like these untreated ones. It feels like rough, and this part is smooth. So yeah, there's definitely a huge difference. So I think definitely that would help. So let's do the other side. Okay, and then I did this side. Oh dude, this thing is hot. Okay, I did that side. Yeah, you could definitely tell that's all smooth, the one side I did. So I just need to finish up this side now. So let's start on this. I'll give my iron a chance to cool down a little bit, because it is like the handle is like, it seems like it's about to melt. I never had that happen before, but also again, I never really set it on like max heat. I always keep it like 2 levels below the max. Okay. So here and here. Yeah, we could go here and here. Okay. So once again, like that technique that I'm going to be using is just going to be like going back and forth, like like just one line like this, all the way across like this with white thread. And I feel like I'm going to use a lot of white thread. I have maybe 2 bobbins full of white threads, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. That's what I'm kind of scared for. Okay, and then of course after we do this, then we have to just press these right here. And I think these little random things that just got everywhere, I'm not gonna press it because they weren't like in the original design. Yeah, that definitely feels different. Interesting. Yeah, I'm curious to like think like what the point of pressing this is. Okay, I think my iron is still really hot. Wow. Okay, let's just not do it on the max, maybe. I don't know, whatever. It's hot though. Like this, usually this part, I never really like was like uncomfortable touching it, but this time it's like actually kind of hot. Okay, interesting techniques all around doing this. Really interesting. Okay. For some streetwear aesthetics, streetwear / anime inspired. Fashion Aesthetics W. Is more steam rising? No. Okay. Like this. Even though we're going through a heat wave right now, I guess the best time to be doing hot things is during a heat wave. Okay, making sure that it's not burning. I see like smoke coming up, but I think that's just water evaporating, probably from the paint. While it's getting like pressed down, it's just evaporating up. Okay, this little iron is kind of impressive. Okay, yeah, that's all smoothed out. Super hot still, surprisingly. Okay, and then we just need to adjust this. This little felt mat is actually really nice too. It's I guess designed for people who don't really have a lot of space, right, for a proper ironing board. And you know, for me, like streaming everything, I just have this little corner in here that I use to stream everything. And so I don't want to just take up more room for a big ironing board, you know, when I rather have all that space for, like, I guess more working surface for my, you know, whatever. Like my next plan in terms of like upgrading stuff is getting a bigger table. Like this table is a little bit too, this table actually is a little bit too small for this. So hopefully I can upgrade it soon. And then once I upgrade this to a bigger size, then I'm going to use this table. It was originally the sewing machine table, but then that got like demoted. And then so I realized like this part took a long time. This part actually took a lot longer. And so that's why I moved this table, the prep table, up here in front of this camera and put the sewing machine behind me. Okay. I'm so excited how this is gonna turn out. I have no idea how this is gonna look. I mean, I'm making this for a very specific person, so I hope he likes it. And then we're gonna have some good time styling this and playing around with the fashion too. Okay, so like that. And then also right here. Okay, it's a little rough. That's kind of interesting. You could tell like kind of when it's ready and when it's not by just feeling the patch. And if it's like rough, then it's I don't think it's ready yet. Like, yeah, right there, it's still rough. And like they said that this takes about like 1 minute, so it's about like 2 passes, I guess. And then it should be good. Dude, that's so hot. Yeah, that feels good. It's like good enough for me. Good enough for me. Hold on, let me send some messages. Okay. And then I think after this, all we have left is like the leg cuffs, and then we can get to the interesting part, I guess the exciting part, which is the sewing of the interesting patterns that we're going to be doing. Okay, wait, so let me change this here. Wow, it's really amazing how much texture difference this has compared to the other one, to the other side. Dun. Okay, this, this. I think this is okay, kind of. I just need to worry about here. Okay. This. So I was kind of doing the, I guess the calculations on how long this actually took me to make these jeans right here. So not counting anything I've done today, which I've already been live for 30 minutes, this took around like 6 hours to make, to get to this point, which I thought was kind of crazy, to be honest. 6 hours. You know, if you were kind of following from the start, I did start with, this is full-length jeans, right? These are full-length baggy jeans that I cut into jorts, and then I flared it, right? I put the whole inseam. I added like a big inseam, so that it will, you know, become like kind of baggy jorts instead of just a pants that looks like it was just cut loose, or cut like, you know, like below the knees, so that it had some like extra structure to it, I guess, and it fit more loose and comfortable. And that was the first step. And then of course I guess like, yeah, I hemmed it and then also close off all the edges off stream, which took probably another 30 minutes to an hour. But yeah, 6 hours so far. So I think legit this might take about 10 hours put into these jeans. And I saw all these things, I was wondering like, dude, if you had to sell these stuff, like how much would you have to price it for, you know? What would you have to price these at? And I was really contemplating that. Okay, this is done. Yeah, nice. They're all nice and smooth. This part is a little bit rough, but oh well. And then I guess now we just have to work on these leg holes. Right, just work on the leg holes, and then we should be ready to go on to the next step from tonight, which I'm like most excited about. I'm so curious like how it's gonna turn out. It's one of those things I'm like, oh, is it gonna turn out like bad? And then just kind of ruin the entire vibe of the pant, or like what's gonna happen to it, you know? I don't know, but I guess we're here to find out and document it. Very important. Okay. Here we go. Probably want to do it on that side, maybe. Because I kind of need an extension cord for my iron, but I don't have one at the moment, so it's just like, it's like very awkward angle right now. Okay, something like this. Okay, on high, setting the paint here on the two hems, and I think this should be it. And then we can start the sew session. I think for that I'm just gonna have it like pointing to the sewing machine, so you can see like a really close-up look, I suppose. Okay, there's that. Dude, this iron is actually really small, but it gets actually hot, which is kind of impressive. It's because I'm not really working with a lot of space here, so I wasn't really sure what I should get. And I was doing a little bit of research, and yeah, they were saying that this iron actually kind of performs very well, especially for its price point and size. And I think, yeah, so far, I have really no complaints about it. Like, I've never really had issues. The only issue right now that I'm facing for the first time, especially I think just working with such high heats, is like the handle is getting a little bit hot around here, especially this white part. It's getting a little bit hot. But, I mean, that might be like kind of to be expected, maybe. But I think the work around that is just to wait like a few minutes before starting again, I guess at the next stage. But everything looks good. I'm happy with what's going on right now. Everything's kind of like just setting, and then okay, that side's done. So let me adjust this. Hang on. All right, hang on. All right, my bad. I apologize. Had to take a very important phone call. But I'm almost done with one pant leg. Yes. Okay. Yeah, they're all feeling smooth. And I have one more left on this side. And then I should be able to start the sewing section. Ooh. The sewing section. Okay, so yeah, just this hem is left, and then we should be good to go. Surprisingly, you could really tell which part has been done and which part hasn't, just because it feels completely different. Like I said, if it's not been ironed, it's like really cold. It's really wait, which way do I do this? Like this, okay? If it's not ironed, then it feels really rough. Okay. So we'll go this way. Like this. Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that, but I kind of burned myself, I think, while I was like touching the fabric. And definitely, dude, is my iron broken? It's not really turning on, I feel like. Maybe there's like a safety mechanism in here that prevents it from getting too hot, but I haven't seen it get turned on for a while. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Not broken. Still working. Yeah, that's hot. Okay. Just keep going. I want to start the sewing session already before it gets too late and too loud. I don't want to make it too loud. Okay. Oh. But I'm so curious if this is really the way to make the paint set so that it doesn't, I guess, make it a little bit more permanent and lasting. I'm really not sure. But I guess we'll find out. Okay. This thing is so hot. Okay. This. I think this might be the backside. Yeah, it's still rough. I can definitely feel it that this part hasn't been treated yet. This parchment paper for the win. Surprisingly doing a good job in keeping the paint off the iron and not really tearing. Okay. Yes, and I think that's it. I think I'm done actually. Everything is it feels nice and smooth, which is the I think the indicator that it's been pressed, because before it was actually feeling rough, right? So, oh dude, that's hot. That's still so hot. I guess like you can, it is cracking a little bit. I see like cracks forming on the paint. I guess it is supposed to crack. Yeah, I mean, it is cracking for sure. But I'm not sure if this was ever supposed to like prevent that from ever happening. I don't think that was the case. But yeah, here we go. These are nice and pressed, kind of prepped, and hopefully it makes it more permanent. So I guess like, yeah, where it gets cracked, I guess once you wash it off, then the top layer just comes off. But in terms of this, I think we're ready to start my design period. So let's go and do that. I'm really nervous on what this is gonna be like because I'm not really sure. But let's see how this goes. So we'll turn this on, and we're gonna go back here now and start doing some sewing, some mad sewing right now. So yeah, I think we're gonna go this angle, and then just do it from here. Hang on, so let me prepare. I wonder if this is gonna look good though. I'm actually really curious. I wonder where I should start first. Actually, let me check my thread tension before I do anything. Just make sure that this thread is actually kind of decent. Yeah, that is decent. So let's see. Is the focus fine? I think it might be. Okay. Okay. Let me check my, because I changed everything, the threading and stuff. So let me just make sure that the tension is okay. Looks decent, which means I guess we're ready to go and do this thing then. Okay, like I said, the plan is just to go zigzag pattern all the way down. Probably, I'm gonna start kind of, let me start inside the thighs. I think that is gonna be a really safe place to start. Just because, you know, I might mess up here, and then I guess if I mess up the inside the thighs, it won't be as noticeable as if I were to do kind of the outside. So put those there. So I didn't really think about how difficult this is actually gonna be to position these pants like in this area. That's like, I think, kind of another challenge. Is interesting. Okay, so we're gonna zigzag here like this, and then we're just gonna go all the way down and then make the pattern. But obviously this is my first time doing it, so let's try it real slow. So this is inside the thigh area. Well, I mean, let's just give it a go. I really wish, I think having a really I think having a larger workspace would have been really beneficial here, but you know, you can't really pick and choose that, I suppose. I'm wondering if the tension, hold on, let me check the thread tension, make sure it's good. Okay, it's good. All right, here we go. This is our start stitch, so let's go. So I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. So we'll go here first. Go up like that, and then we'll reverse. So the whole point is now we're going to go back this way. So we're just gonna make these little patterns of just zigzagging back and forth. Like this. And then we're gonna go forward. Oops. Like this. So we're just kind of going back and forth. This. And then let's go this way. Dabita? Can you see? I hope you can see. But dabita? Yeah, so it's just going zigzagging back and forth. It's kind of working a lot easier than I imagined, actually. Kind of surprising. Okay, wait, go down that way. Yeah, reverse. So I think a little bit of patience, make sure it, yeah, and then forward like this. Okay. This. Oh, I feel like it's going. I guess I don't want it to go out too wide, right? So this is the basic idea. Just go back and forth like this. It's kind of interesting that this isn't as tight as I thought it would be, right? So it's kind of going loose. I mean, you could kind of change the direction willy-nilly, like much easier than I would have imagined this to be. And so you can tell, like, by when I'm doing this, it's gonna take a lot of thread. I feel like if I have more confidence in this, I could just do this without stopping. Just go back and forth. But I have a feeling, especially towards the ends, if I do that, I'm gonna mess up a little bit too hard. So what do you think? Dabita? Dabita? Dabiga? Dabiga? Oops, wait, why is it not moving? Feels like it's kind of aligned with itself. Kind of, okay. And so because it's just going back and forth like this, I feel like it's gonna take a very long time to do. But I think normally, you know, when you do this, you usually stitch through like a couple layers of denim. But this is just one single layer, so I think it's just kind of going through it very easily. And I'm gonna be pretty much doing this for the entire thing. Just to give it like more texture, I guess. That bit tough? That bit tough? And unfortunately, I can't really show like the results of what's going on. I think until like, you know, like it's just, I can't really show like the progress, unfortunately, which I wish I could. And I'm wondering if I should like back stitch here and there, like kind of midway. Maybe I should, huh? Hold on. So let me do it here. I think this might be a good place to do it. Back stitch a little bit. Just to make sure that, and then go forward. And back. That bit tough. That bit yeah. So before I was kind of like wondering if I was gonna regret doing this, but I think now that I'm actually seeing the results, I don't regret it at all. I really like the look of this, and I think it's tough. That bit tough. Sorry, I'm like moving the camera, but that can't be helped. You know, I just realized I can't really see the bobbin thread. And that's like, I'm finding out that that's like one of the annoying things about sewing is sometimes when your bobbin thread runs out, it's incredibly frustrating and annoying because you don't know. So I guess it'll be smart to check. Okay, I'm gonna check a little bit. That bit tough. I think I'm noticing that when it goes in reverse, it's kind of not going thick enough. So let me try to get the angles much more extreme. I wonder why that is. Like that? Do I need to just force it more? Or maybe, okay. Like this, yeah, that's much more extreme right there. Dude, this looks crazy cool, actually. This actually looks really cool. I'm kind of happy with the way this is turning out. But I wonder how I'm gonna do up here though. Right? This is only one portion of it. And just in case you're wondering, I'm doing stitch length maximum, or the max length for this machine, which I'm not really sure exactly what that is. But I know like the angles are pretty bad. I'm sorry. But I'm almost done here. And then I'm gonna have to take it off and kind of think about how I'm gonna do the rest of this. Because we're going up to that point. Where it feels like the fabric can't really get to that point anymore. Interesting. Just going back and forth. Wow, everything's getting covered. Like this. And like I said, this is going to take a lot of thread. Okay, let me back thread here. And then I could cut it and then I can show you what I did so far. W. This came out a lot cooler than I thought it would come out, to be honest. Okay, there's that. And now I need to cut the bobbin thread. Wow. Check it out. That's like one line done. Wow. This actually looks really, really cool, actually. I wonder if you can see it. So yeah, like this is the plan to kind of make this all the way across like this on like all the lines, right? Give it this kind of texture, just like randomness, the width, the length, it's all random. And then, yeah, and I don't know how I'm gonna get these parts done. This is actually kind of interesting. It's gonna be a challenge, how I'm gonna get the insides. I think probably the seams are gonna be really hard to do, or the hems. So here, and then probably this, we'll do it like this, all the way across. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? This actually, I think this looks pretty sick. Just one very small portion, right, of this project, and I think after this we'll see if we're gonna be doing more, like what else we can be doing to this outfit. Let me go to the main camera and show you guys. Interesting. Kind of digging the look, to be honest. Okay, my chair is stuck. Annoying. Okay. Annoying. Let's go here. Oh, it's hot. All right, so yeah, this is my first time doing this. I kind of just thought about it and I was like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna turn out good, if it's gonna turn out bad, not sure. So I just kind of tried it. But let me cut and adjust some, cut off some of the threads that are the tail ends. And then let's kind of look at it. So yeah, I think this, I need to keep track of my bobbin thread because it's so annoying when your bobbin thread runs out. Like, it's actually annoying. Because a lot of times you just kind of keep going and you don't even realize that, you know, that you ran out of thread a while back ago. And so here, okay, so originally it was like this, right? Like these pants right here with the paint. But then here you can kind of see what I did. I guess you can't really see it. It's very subtle, which I like, right? I don't want it to be like so in your face. Like I guess from a distance, you'll see like the paint, you'll see the design. But I think when you kind of come up close, that's when you can really see. Hold on, let me put it here. Like the little stitches just going back and forth. And I'm gonna be making it all like follow this, right? So follow all this line will be back and forth, and all this is gonna be back and forth like this. So yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I hope you can see it right there. And this is kind of like, this is for the pants. Oh, actually, hold on, sorry, I need to go charge my phone. This is supposed to be for like a soccer uniform pants. That's the style of, that's what I'm basing the design on. That actually looks really good. But I'm just kind of worried, like how am I gonna do like this kind of parts right here where it's very hard to get to. Maybe I can. And then these hemlines are gonna be a problem, I think, because it's so thick. The hems are so thick. Maybe I could just avoid the hems altogether. But that looks sick. And I was really debating if I should do this in white or white thread. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Probably let's start here too. Let's do all this down to here. And then we'll finish the front. We'll finish this front panel today and see where we're at. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would have taken though. I thought this is gonna be actually very time consuming, but I think once you get used to the pattern, then it becomes kind of much easier. Like I guess with most things, you know, you just as the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the easier it becomes. W. So let me just fill up, and then we'll continue. And let me know, actually, you know, when I was at the other angle of using that camera, is the lighting okay? Like, that's what I'm always kind of like worried about. Let's see. I could always put more lighting, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be necessarily better. Actually, you know what? Here, hold on. Let me do it, and then you guys can see. You know, even I'll take a look at it to see if the lighting's improved or not. Like overall, let me add some lighting. Let's see if this makes a difference. Yeah? Yes? No? Maybe? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's continue. Hopefully we could get this front panel done in no time, and that it won't be really that difficult, and there's no really major obstacles in the way. Okay, so I guess we should start from here, just because. I guess unbutton this and then go down the zipper, and then just do it, I guess. And I'm gonna try to get like the best angles possible. No guarantees, but Just sometimes it's really hard to get the right angles. Where's the bottom? Just make that extra long so that it doesn't fall off and be annoying. Okay. This is actually really fun. And I'm doing this with a vintage brother sewing machine, just in case if you're wondering. If you care, if you're wondering, vintage brother sewing machine. Okay, let's put it in there as close as possible. Yeah, and we're just gonna repeat the same thing over and over, just go back and forth. Yeah, I guess over here we'll be starting right here. And let's go. Okay, so let's do a few stitches first and then back stitch a little bit. Oops. Make sure to lock everything in place, I guess. I don't think that's really locking it, but okay. Let's try again. I just realized right now that there's like pocket linings and stuff that I have to worry about a little bit. If I want to make this at least a little bit functional. I think I sewed into the pocket. My pocket, oops. I sewed into the pocket a little bit here. I hope that's not going to be a problem. I think I barely grazed it. Okay. I guess that's something to consider that I didn't. There's a pocket linings on the inside. Hang on, sorry. Okay, like that, and then we'll reverse it. And then I guess we're just gonna have to go with it now. What was that? Oh. Is that the pocket still? Yeah. There's like something crunchy. It's like hitting something crunchy on the bottom. And I think, yeah. Okay, so keep that in mind that there was pockets. Random, but okay. Yeah, I could feel there's like extra fabric like up to this point. You see, it's not really advancing. I wonder why. It feels funny. Oh, it's like extra fabric here for some reason. Okay, I guess we could disregard that. Okay, let's just power through that portion. Because if I don't know what it is. It's not like a pocket, but there's like an extra sleeve in there for some reason. It feels like maybe it feels like one of those things like maybe they implanted some like security device in there. Like, you know, those little sensors. And maybe I just punctured all the sensors. That's what it feels like. Like right there. Oops. Yeah, see, even the thread is getting much smaller right there because it's like puncturing through different layers. I see, okay. Oh, I guess that can't be helped. Can't be helped. Unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, this side definitely has a lot of stuff in here. And I feel like the inner thigh was much more cleaner than here. This is a lot more whiter because there's like all this extra fabric on the inside that I'm trying to clear ASAP, but it's not really clearing. Oh, I think it's gonna clear up soon. Okay. So just keep that, I guess just I need to keep that in mind, that up here, there's like some weird fabric. Back a little bit. Interesting. I wonder if something's stuck. Something feels stuck. I don't know. It's sorry. I know the camera angle is probably really bad right now, but it's really hard to get the right get the right movements for this. I guess we're almost at the edge, the curve, which is good. We're making progress. I guess that's progress. I guess you could call that progress. Like that. Okay, and then from here I want to go there. Yeah, there's just so much fabric that I have to like, it's weird. This is I can't, it doesn't really roll up, if that makes sense. So it kind of catches on the edge of the sewing machine. So like, I think that's what's preventing the fabric from like moving freely up with the needle. Even here, okay. But I'm trying to like get the right angles for filming and all that stuff, which is making it kind of difficult. This. Yeah, there's like definitely stuff catching on the bottom. I hope my bobbin thread is okay. Which reminds me, I should probably be backstitching here. Okay. This. Do these jeans, okay. Let me see. I think this camera angle, I think I need to change the camera angle a little bit. Because I think it might be a little bit difficult to see when I'm like lifting up the fabric. Like it just kind of gets in the way of the lens. Which obviously defeats the whole purpose of filming this. What, a little bit too far? Oops. Okay. So we'll go forward like this. Backwards. Okay, let me try fixing the angle right now. Hold on. So I think I need to kind of make this like that, which makes it like that. So this is a little bit coming from behind angle. And then I think the focus should be okay still. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, let's try this. And then maybe raise the light a little bit. Sorry. I'm trying. Okay. Maybe that'll be better. I don't know. What is this, reverse? That'll work. I feel like now that, okay, hold on, I need to change the lighting. Oops. Like right here or something. This. And then like this. I think that should be better. I think that should be much better. Okay. We're almost getting to the bend here, which I think is a really important point. Okay. This. I hope this is looking good so far. Always hoping. Always hoping. Okay, kind of like these. We'll raise this up a little bit like that. That, and then go forward. 14, okay. This. It's kind of interesting. When I go reverse, it really doesn't reverse that easily. It doesn't reverse that cleanly, as I should say. Okay. Like this. Dude, look at, I wonder how much thread I'm putting down. This is actually a lot, surprisingly. And you know, I'm kind of curious on like how much wear this is causing my needles, right? I heard that you're supposed to rethread your needles, or it's like you're supposed to reuse your needles every 80 hours or so, or something like that. I don't know how true that is, but I'll take their word for it. But I just ended up buying a lot more denim needles just because I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be going through these like candy. Is that it? Okay, so I feel like I'm getting kind of used to this, right? It has that feeling of I'm getting better at going back and forth. And now I think this is the time I need to pivot in, and it's gonna connect with that middle line. So this is actually a really important point here that I feel like I need to kind of focus on not messing up or making any mistakes. Oops. Okay. Kind of making progress, I think. So I need to start straightening out this line. Because it's a little bit too angled currently. Okay, straighten it out a little bit more. This. Okay, I think this might be like kind of the home stretch for this side. And I think I'm gonna stop here after I do it because it's a little bit loud, right? It's a little bit loud, and it's almost 11:30, so I don't want to do this like too long. So I'm just gonna finish up right here. This line, I'm gonna connect to that segment, and I think we should be good. Okay. And I think we'll see. We'll have our thing of that bit ta, and that bit ah. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, I definitely need to get a better work table. That's something that is gonna be like on my to get list ASAP. because not having enough space is kind of making it difficult to maneuver. Or it's not even about the space, I think. It's about yeah, it's not really too much about space, but it's just like it's getting caught. This fabric's getting caught and it's pulling like at weird angles because I don't have the space for it. Just a little bit more. Yeah, things are getting caught in weird places on this little workbench, and it's like tugging the fabric and making the stitch not go straight. That's actually really annoying. Like, especially on these corners, I have to watch out for. Where did I just sew? I can't even see. Oh, right there, okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's so hot. But it is kind of coming through the design. And one thing I'm noticing is that the thread is coming out, like, it looks gray actually. I was hoping that it would be like pure white. But I think what's going on is as the thread is like going through the black fabric. Oh my God, look at that, see? That thing just, they're all shifting weird angles here. Am I making really no progress here on this side? What's going on? Wait. Okay. Let me roll this up. I swear I thought I was getting closer to the Y section. Yeah, but like I was saying, I think what's happening is as it's going through, it's getting affected by the color of the fabric, and that's changing the color of the thread, interestingly enough. And it's making it look grayish instead of pure white, which I would have really liked. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need a longer workbench. This is not really cutting it. There's too many edges that the fabric is getting caught on, and it's pulling the thread or the fabric. It's like preventing it from walking, so that it just gets pulled in these weird directions, making it come out kind of weird. like that. Or it's like a little weird curve. Or maybe I'm just, I don't know, I'm blaming the tables for this. I guess I should transition mid. Okay, am I almost there? Dude, I feel like this is kind of taking a while. What time is it? 11:36, okay, just a little bit more. My goal is to get to the end of this. Come on, let's go. We're almost there. Okay. I hope my bobbin thread is okay. Dude, is my needle getting bent? No? I hope not. Okay. Looks good so far. We're almost there. We're making really slow progress. Doing it line by line, of course. I'm sweating like crazy. You see, this is the thing, and then we're almost there. I really wonder how my needle is actually holding up right now. Okay, almost done with this side for tonight. Okay. Nice. We're onto this other fabric. Okay, we're almost there. I'm so curious what this is gonna look like. You know, this front panel, because we already did this panel, and this is kind of like the important panel right here that I'm really curious what this is gonna come out to look like with all these stitch details going into it. And I think we're almost there actually. This. Okay, I think I could pretty much end it here, I think. All right, yeah, there we go. I did it, and yeah. All right, let's let's see what it looks like. Dude, what's up, Goose, bro? Oh. Okay, I did this part. So hold on, let me cut this thread. Thank God I didn't run out of the bobbin thread. Here you can see pretty much all the stitches that I did while I'm pulling this out. Here, look. And this is just for the front panel right here. And so I think I'm gonna do this probably later. Hold on, okay, let me get another camera angle to show. Dude, my chair keeps getting stuck on this stupid table. Yeah, so I definitely need another workbench. It's hot. Okay, wait, actually, let's go here. My dear Goose. Always missing you, bro. Okay. So this is kind of the design that I was going for. So all the paint and hold on. So we could go like this. Let me bring some more light here because it's kind of dark. Hang on. Okay, so if you see, if you can see, let me see. So here, you can kind of see what the design, the look that I was going for is like just kind of highlight this these things with the stitch mark, which is going back and forth. And this is what I was doing this entire time. It's just going back and forth on the stitches. Here, you could get a better look here. And it just follows everything down. And I think where it met was down here. But I'm not finished, right? So right here, it has the meat and then it went all the way down. This is where I started. Right on the hem, and then it's just, that's what it's gonna be, just this little pattern all around, and I think it's gonna actually look pretty sick. So let's see, hold on, let me see what it looks like here. Let me show the front camera, the main camera, and see if it actually kind of shows up better here. Yeah, definitely. You could kind of tell there's a lot more to this. It looks really good with the stitches. Before, the paint looked okay, but I think with the stitches, it kind of like really brings it out a lot better. And this is, like I said, this is based off of a soccer anime called Blue Lock, you know, with the World Cup and stuff among here and stuff. I think this is a really cool look. This is supposed to be, it looks like a soccer uniform. You know, the pants, that's where I got the design and inspiration from. And yeah, so I think the stitching part kind of took a while. The stitching part kind of took a while, but I don't know. I feel like Just kind of takes some time, and of course it makes it a little bit easier to do. And let me show you what it looks on the inside and what it was getting caught in. And it was these little pocket things like on the inside. It was this little thing, and that's why it was like at the start it was kind of like really hard to sew, but once I cleared this, it was this pocket lining. But yeah, I think I'm really excited for how this is gonna turn out. Obviously, I don't know what to do after I do this, right? This is just like one step in kind of distressing it a little bit, I guess. But yeah, it actually looks really good. Let me see if you can kind of see. I think if you do this, if I do this, then you could definitely see like the before and after. Just one side has it, the other side doesn't. And then so you can kind of tell. Let's see, like right there. Can you? Maybe. So yeah, I think that's pretty much me. That's it for me tonight, right here. Just because I think it's gonna go like too crazy, too loud. Goose W as always, of course. And I'm gonna probably finish the rest off stream, but record it. And I don't know what else to do with these jeans after I get these like patterns in. But I think the next time, I think I'll be playing around with some paint, seeing how they react, and seeing how else I could manipulate like the fabric and stuff and get the actual designs that I want. So yeah, man, Goose, have a good night. It's so hot. I hope you're like surviving in the heat. It's disgusting right now. But yeah, I'll see you guys probably again tomorrow with the finished product, and I can't wait. Bye.